back to this special edition of Hannity. Amid the military's recruitment woes, the Army sent a letter to soldiers dismissed for refusing the COVID vaccine, informing them that they may request a change in their military records following the rescission of all COVID vaccine requirements, and telling them to contact their local recruiter should they wish to return to service. Here with Reaction podcast host Monica Crowley and former White House physician, Texas Congressman Ronnie Jackson. Okay, guys, we have the smallest active duty Army since 1940. Why do you think that is, Ronnie Jackson?
Well, you know, Judge, the military's been in the midst of a crisis regarding recruitment and retention for a while now. It actually started the very first day that Joe Biden came to office, and it coincides with his efforts right off the bat to change the focus of the military from training to fight wars to pushing their racist and woke agenda. And you're talking about nothing but DEI and CRT and pronouns and things of that nature. That ran a bunch of people off. So we started with the issue then, and then the vaccine came in, and they started pushing the vaccine, started mandating the vaccine, in fact, and a lot of people left. And, you know, these are highly trained people that they spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars training, like Navy SEALs and fighter pilots and things of that nature. And they just ran these people off because they wouldn't succumb to or submit to taking this vaccine. And, you know, Secretary Austin had no issue with it whatsoever. We tried our best to talk him into not doing this. We pushed the recruiting and retention issue over and over. He just would not hear it. We actually had to pass a law in last year's National Defense Authorization Act to make him get rid of the mandate, and which he begrudgingly did. And then we had to also pass laws to keep these people from being discharged with other than honorable discharges, which affects their lives tremendously. They go out, they have trouble getting jobs and stuff. So we have had to fight him on every single level, and we're continuing to have to fight that fight. It's pathetic. But now they realize what they've done. We tried to warn them, and now they're scrambling trying to get these people back. And these people aren't going to come back. These people have no interest in coming back right now because the military is not the military that they signed up to serve in. And until Joe Biden leaves, it won't be.
You know, Monica, it's an interesting point. The truth is that this year, they missed recruitment by 15,000. So what do you think is going to be the reaction of someone who was involuntarily discharged, who was required to leave? Do they come back? I mean, what is the thinking there?
Well, you know, Judge, we've got an all-volunteer force, so we should all be deeply grateful for anybody who stands up and raises their hand and joins the U.S. Armed Forces. And it's been absolutely disgraceful the way the government, the way the top brass in the military has treated individuals who stood up for their own bodily autonomy during COVID and said, no, I really don't want to take an experimental medication. 8,000 soldiers were kicked out of the U.S. military on the basis of not going along with the vaccine mandate. Only 43 soldiers have stood back up and said, yeah, I'd like to join again. I mean, that is an absolutely horrendous number for our national security and for our armed forces. These people were not treated with any respect. Every single individual who came forward and asked for a religious exemption to the vaccine mandate was told absolutely not, get out. So they wouldn't even respect, forget the bodily autonomy argument, they wouldn't respect people's religious freedoms that they were trying to assert in the country that they wanted to fight and perhaps even die for. It's been absolutely despicable, but it really shows a giant hole in our national security because now they're going hat in hand begging these people to come back. They've moved on with their lives, and now all of our armed forces are facing a major hole. You know, to Ronnie's point, just one quick point. Today, Judge, today, the U.S. Army asked for $114 million to advance their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. The country is broke, and the military can't attract talented people to join, but they want to seek the kind of money for DEI. This is why people don't want to join, because they're more than happy to have these individuals who they hold in great contempt, average Americans. They're more than happy to have those people fight and die in their wars, but they show zero respect for them.
All right. Congressman Ronnie Jackson, Monica Crowley, thanks so much for being with us tonight. And coming up,